Assalamualaikum, Ibu Laina.
Waalaikumsalam, Pak Labib.
Sehat, Bu?
Alhamdulillah. Gimana Pak Labib?
Alhamdulillah. Kita mulai mungkin sekitar 5 atau 10 menit lagi, Bu. Ini masih menunggu peserta yang lain.
Partisipan ya? Oke, siap.
Di kampus ini, Bu?
Saya belum, Pak. Masih di rumah hari ini. Jadi nanti kebetulan ada kegiatan kampusnya di sore. Jadi nanti setelah ini baru ke kampus.
Oke. Okay. This is Dr. Laina. We will start our course. Okay.
Okay, Labib, please.
Okay. Thanks for your attendance, Dr. Laina. Good afternoon, Dr. Laina and participant. Allow me to introduce myself to you. I am Labib Muttaqin. I am a lecturer at Universitas Muhammadiyah, Surakarta. And today I am serving as a moderator in this discussion. Dear participant, because our speaker have joined with us, we will start this course. Dear participant, discussing about intellectual property law is very important in order to respond to the very rapid development of technology and affect many aspects of life, especially in the intellectual property. So we will discuss a very interesting topic, namely intellectual property law, challenge and protection in the digital age. And at this time, an expert in this field, in the field of intellectual property law, has come with us. She is Dr. Laina Rafianti. Dr. Laina will accompany us to discuss this topic approximately 1.5 hours. Before Dr. Laina delivers her material, I will first read the short biography of Dr. Laina. Dr. Laina is lecturer and researcher of intellectual property right at Department of Law on Information Technology and Intellectual Property in Faculty of Law, Universitas Padjadjaran, Bandung, Indonesia. She has expertise in the field of intellectual property law, communal intellectual property law, genetic resources, traditional knowledge, traditional cultural expression, intellectual property, and digital economy and media law. Dr. Laina has attended many important trainings, such as a certified geographical indication training, WAPO, WTO Collegium Asia, the second Asia Pacific Workshop on Innovation, and many more that I cannot mention. Dr. Laina also has many international publications, such as legal aspect of big data analytics as trade secrets, the protection of performing art in Indonesia, and many more that I cannot mention all, because she has many publications, despite international publication and national publication. Okay, I invite Dr. Laina to present the material. Please, Dr. Laina, you can start your presentation for now.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Thank you for your warm welcome and your introduction, Pak Labib. Although I thought that your introduction is too much. Actually, I'm a northern people, a mom of two children, and yes, being a lecturer and researcher is my another hobby. Okay, Pak Labib, I saw some participants here, around 50 participants, but I cannot see their face. I think it's better to turn the camera on if you can, and there's no problem with your internet connection, because it's better than I only see a box of names in front of me. Okay, and thank you for having me here. Thank you for Universitas Muhammadiyah Surakarta and also the Faculty of Law of UMS in this international field course. And today, I'm not giving you a lecture actually. I really would like to have a discussion. So in this session, I really like to have a discussion, to have I have this point of view, and I would like to hear and listen of what is your point of view too. So this is not the material I would like to give to you all, but it is more with an implementation or in Indonesia, or the experience of my research these recent years. Okay. And the committee gives me the title, that is the Intellectual Property Law, Challenges and Protection in the Digital Age. As we've seen today, we are all inside the digital age. Even in this international short course, we are inside the digital platform. Thanks to Zoom, thanks to YouTube, to make us meet in this afternoon. But actually, I really would like to come into your university, Labib. Probably next time we will meet in person. Yeah, probably you can come to my university, and yeah, I can go to your university too. Well, as mentioned by Labib before, that in Faculty of Law there is IP Chorus or IP Center on Regulation and Application studies, yeah, in this university, and I'm in the IT and IP Law department in the Faculty of Law of Universitas Padjadjaran. Well, talking about the intellectual property, we all know that we have several organizations that concern in regulating IP. Here I mention or I quote the something that written by WIPO, yeah, World Intellectual Property Organization. Beside this organization, we also have World Trade Organization with its agreement, that is agreement on trade-related aspects of intellectual property law. Said by WIPO that intellectual property system help strike a balance between the interest of innovators and the wider public interest. In this first slide, I would like to remind you all that IP is not only a matter of the creator. IP is not a matter of an inventor in one side, but they have to be a balance between innovators, creator, the owner of trademark, the owner of industrial design, and so on and so forth. With the other side, that is a wider public interest. We, as the consumer, you as a reader of a book, other people as a licensee of a patent. So it have to be a balance between interest of creator or innovators and the wider public in providing an environment which creativity and invention can flourish for the benefit of all. So the main goal is benefit of all. It's not a benefit of the creator. It's not a benefit of the patent inventor. Yeah. Well, what is intellectual property? Can you type, Labib, can participate typing in this chat, in this Zoom meeting?
Yes, actually, they can.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Please write, what is the branch of intellectual property? Or in Indonesia, we can say, what is the regime of intellectual property? You can type here, please. Anyone from the participant? What is the branch of intellectual property? As I said before, that there must be a balance between the inventor and the public, wider public. The inventor it comes to which branch of intellectual property, you know? Okay, please just type it in the meeting chat. Or they cannot type, Pak Labib, participant?
Yes. Yes.
They can type.
Participant. Yes, they can
Okay.
write in the chat along.
Okay. So please, what is intellectual property? Because as I mentioned before that rather I give you a presentation in this session, I really like to have a discussion. We can see the participant from other countries too, yeah, Pak Labib, yeah, not only from Indonesia.
Yes.
Well, yeah.
They are from Thailand, Vietnam.
Okay, okay. It's really interesting, and congratulations to UMS to help international short course like that. Okay, anyone? No one?
Or maybe they can direct speak, maybe.
Yeah, please.
Right.
We can choose which media you can choose. You can type it on the chat, Zoom, or speak up. They also can speak up, right, Pak Labib?
Yeah.
Okay. Or probably it's too early to ask a question to the participants, so I will move on. Intellectual property goes into several branches, such as copyright, such as a patent and industrial design, and also integrated circuit. And we have also trademark, geographical indications. Probably you hear geographical indication and also indication of source. And what else? Trade secret, yeah? Or we have also the protection of plant breeders, okay? But what is the intellectual property rights digital age related? Probably all of those branches are related, but I have chosen these three branches. The first one is copyright, trademark, and trade secret. Well, why copyright as a first number in the intellectual property rights digital age related? Because everyone can see the content creative give their content in a digital platform, and this is copyrightable, such as song or music, such as literary works. Probably you just write a status on your WhatsApp status. It is also copyrightable. It's part of literary works, as long as it is originally from your thoughts, not plagiarism, not taking from another person's quotes. Yeah? How if you want to quote, just take what is it? The source of the quotation. And what else? For example, dance, dramatic works, and so on and so forth from the copyright branch. And the next one, we can see that trademark is really related with the digital age. Who doesn't know the domain name? And who doesn't know the problem or case in a domain name? I can tell you the trademark. This is only for the academic purposes, right, Labib? For example, click-based PA and kilok BCA. This is a very famous, very famous. What is it? Very famous case in the domain name. Okay, and nowadays, who doesn't have a social media account? I believe that you all, the participant here, Pak Labib also, and me also have the social media account. For example, for Instagram, I have 2 accounts for my Instagram. The first one is for my personal use, and the other one for my academic purposes. And it could be an infringement of the social media account. Why? Because a person who have particularly a famous person or famous we say that a famous person is infringed by other person who use the famous person for the other one, the other name of social media account. Yeah, it could be a very big case. And also the digital economy. The trademark is a sign, right? It's a sign to differ one product to the other one. So with a trademark, it could be reputation, a great reputation. And in this digital age, the digital economy run very, very, very fast. Yeah. And then the one is trade secret. Why I'm talking about the trade secret other than the other branches of intellectual property? Because digital data in this digital age is a trade secret. We don't talk about the privacy, yeah, others a person privacy, but we have to think that a trade secret, a digital data is a trade secret for the owner of data. So for the company, for example, if they get a data from other person, it is a trade secret. It is a big, what is it? A new oil, so a new oil, because the digital data right now is a new oil. And you all have to know that the right to keep it as a secret is the time the secret itself is going to be a secret protected. Okay. Well, so from the introduction, we know that all challenges, yeah, and how is the protection? What is the protection? Does our international instruments have protected this? And what about Indonesia? Yeah. In this session, I would like to show you the Indonesian, mostly, yeah, regulation, because I'm from Indonesia. Probably, I really would like to hear what is your implementation in your country too. Well, the first thing is accredited, as I mentioned before. Please see this picture. Yeah, it is. All of these are digital media that you must know all of it. Like I said, Instagram. For Instagram, I have 2 accounts, and who doesn't know YouTube? Even in my home, I didn't watch TV anymore. I watch YouTube actually. I'm not watching TV. I'm using the television, but I'm not watching television broadcast. Yeah? But I'm using YouTube in this case. And for example, TikTok. How big TikTok give an influence? So a person who give influence from this digital media era is called influencer. Yeah, I believe that you are in this short course. You are all the participants are also TikTokers, YouTuber. Yeah, you are a creative content. Now, do you have any protection if you have creative content and it shows in your account? Of course, because every single creative works is copyrighted, is copyrightable, and you have to believe and you have to remember that copyright is automatically protected. Yeah. Pardon? Okay. Right. And who doesn't like to listen to the music? Everyone likes music. Yeah. Thanks to Spotify, for example, or probably some of you using Apple Music to listening the music. Yeah. And is there a copyright? Of course. And what is the benefit for copyright holder in Spotify? Of course, because we pay to get Spotify access, so the songwriter, the singer will get a royalty from that. Yeah. Well, we go to the music royalty. What is royalty? Royalty in the intellectual property. A point of view is sum of money give to the creator or give to the author. It could be in the field of music. It could be in the field of book and literary act. But we are talking here in this digital era, most of them are music. Yeah. In the conventional royalty and in the conventional, not in the digital era. For example, someone who use music in the hotel, in the recreational place, at the salon, mall, radio, and so on and so forth, have to pay amount of money to the CMOs, yeah, and then the CMO will arrange the money and give it back to the producer and also to the singer and also the songwriter. But in this digital age, it's a bit different. It's not through the CMO, but it's through the platform itself. For example, as I mentioned before, the Spotify, for example, we are the consumer, pay to the Spotify, and Spotify will arrange and they will give it to the account holder of this Spotify. So it's a bit different. And in Indonesia, there is not yet into the digital music royalty regulation yet. It is still in the conventional one. And again, I would like to remind that we have to balance right and obligation. It is not only the benefit to have which have to give to the singer or music player, but also for the consumer, also for us who listen the music. It is not only for the producers, broadcasting company, and the digital platform itself also have the benefit from it. So it could be very wide benefit for all. Right. And then non-fungible token. What is the difference with the fungible token? Yeah. I don't understand why people want to have a non-fungible token, because sometimes it is not logic, because someone who have who buy something in the non-fungible token is only have a code from it. The original one is only for one person. Yeah, but in the other side, for the picture itself, for example, the non-fungible token is goes to the picture. The picture itself can copy and paste to other place, but the code, the original code, cannot. So this is the differences between non-fungible token and others. Yeah. So again, NFT is type of digital asset that represent ownership or proof of authenticity of a unique item. As I said before, that the picture, for example, it can copy and paste to other place by other person, not by the owner of this NFT. But the other one, yeah, all of them are a fake one. The ownership of this NFT is only one. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what is the benefit of them, but they really like to have an NFT, yeah, because of a financial benefit, of course, because it could be very, very expensive. And they don't use money like our current account. They use digital money too. Yeah, for example, Ethereum. And in the other side, they only would like to have a pride. I am the owner of that NFT. Okay, the other one can use it, but those are fake. The real owner is me. Probably something like that. But again, the question is, does copyright law protect protection available in this NFT? Probably we can discuss that, because the NFT subject matter is, yes, copyrighted and regulated by copyright law. But it didn't mention that how to be the owner and how to get it is through the NFT. Right, what else? Okay, we have another thing called news media pertaining law. Probably some of you or all of you have heard about this new media bargaining law. Indonesia is not yet into the regulating this new news media bargaining law, but Australia does. Yeah. Well, this is the condition. In the media, in the practice of the media person, they feel that this is an imbalance. There's an imbalance between local media companies and digital platforms. For example, we have Indonesian local media company, and in the other side, the news by these local media companies is copied by the digital platform. And if you find out, for example, something about me, about Laina Rafianti, yeah, written by UNPAD, for example, yeah, written by official UNPAD local media in my university, and it is the news is copied and not broadcast and announced again by another digital platform. Yeah, can you imagine that? So in the digital platform, it is not only one media companies, in this case UNPAD, as a company or an institution who announce a news about me, but several medias are talking about me, for example. Yeah, and if you use a search engine, it will not go through UNPAD website, but goes to the other link at first. Although after that they put UNPAD website. Do you think it is a problem or not? UNPAD websites probably said that it is unfair because first entrance to the digital media is not UNPAD, but the other digital platform. Yeah, but in the other side, the famous digital platforms that it is fair because although the first entrance from their famous digital platform, but finally they put the original link of UNPAD. Well, in the copyright law, it is mentioned the limitation of the IP protection in Article 43C. It said that actual news retrieval, either in whole or in part from news agency, broadcasting organization, and newspaper or other similar sources, with the provisions of the source is complete, as long as they put the source. So in the previous case, I told you that as long as the original official UNPAD website is mentioned in the news given by other digital platforms, it is fair. They can say that this is a fair use. Yeah, but then some countries, some community, some media community said that fair use is nothing to do with fairness. So it's a bit different. Fair use is in a copyright subject matter. But this is not only the copyright subject matter. Fair use is the limitation of copyright protection. But this one, in this digital media, is not it's not about the time to talk about that limitation in news, because everything goes to money, money, and money. Who will be the first entrance of the digital platform will gain more money. Okay, you get it? All right. And between the local media companies and digital platforms is having a big war. I'm saying it war, not a war to get a Coldplay ticket. And in the other side, there is some people who cries over it. There are authors, the authors. They said that it is not a problem in the local media companies and digital platforms, but this is also the problem of the press itself. Someone who writes the news itself. Okay, the press give it to the local media company. Yeah, and it's used by the digital platform, the big digital platform. But then what is get by the press itself? They don't have a right as big as that. So it is like from the author, go to the local media companies, go to the digital platform, go to the big one. And the smallest part, but the most important, who is the writer of the news, get nothing. Yeah. And the other issues is between the right between the press and citizen journalists. Sometimes the press is intimidated. So I'm using that word, by the citizen journalists. Because of what? Because press have ethics. Citizen journalists, sorry to say, doesn't. So in this case, how citizen journalist is being a writer of news or anything that is also in line with the guidelines of the Press Act. Yeah, this is something about the digital media. Pak Labib, please remind about my time, because I'm afraid I'm running out of time. And also we have a discussion after this.
Yes, of course, you have.
Okay. So what time I have to stop my, yes, I have many slides.
Yes, maybe you have 15 minutes to
15 more minutes. Oh, okay.
Or maybe 10 until 15 minutes to finish your presentation, and after that we will open a discussion session.
Okay, so please remind me, Labib. Thank you.
Okay.
Right. What else? Artificial intelligence. Is this an interesting issue too? I will show you this between human intelligence and artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence, which made by human, but sometimes it gives a problem in our daily lives. Believe or not, I'm asking ChatGPT. My question is, please give me quotes on intellectual property, digital age, and social function. And the GPT answer like this. Intellectual property in the digital age carries a profound social function. Wow. It not only safeguards innovation and creativity, but also foster a dynamic ecosystem where ideas can flourish, knowledge can be shared, and progress can be propelled. Embracing digitalization while upholding the rights of creators ensures a balanced synergy between technological advancement and societal advancements. Wow. It said by the ChatGPT. We don't know. I don't know what are their resources, and they also doesn't give any notes on it. Footnotes. No footnotes and no endnotes also. He doesn't know where this they get the source. Yeah. Is it copyright free? Is it copyright protected? And what if I would like to use this in the other occasion or the other place other than this academic environment? If I'm using this in academic environment, I can say that I took this from the ChatGPT and I also put the source of it. But then if somebody use this and transform it into a song, probably transform it into a scenario of the film, probably, who has the copyright on it? Yeah. So the point is, in what condition we have to be creative. If we got something taken from another person's resource, we have to paraphrase we have to make it a little bit different. So we have the original point, yeah, from ideas stolen by others. Well, and to face in facing the artificial intelligence and digital transformation, Professor Dr. Ahmad Ramli says that digital transformation must be followed by law, and law will not left behind by this digital transformation. Yeah, because law is not only the principles and norms, yeah, it is also the institution and also the process to make it into reality. Well, the other one is ritual to ritual. This subject matter is one of my subject in my doctorate degree dissertation. Yeah, what I call ritual is a traditional cultural expression, and what I mean by virtual is this digital era, this virtual digital. Sometimes the traditional cultural expression, something ritual, in this era goes to virtuals. Some of practitioners like to do that, but others, but we can go back to the function. If the function overrides the pure rights, we will keep it under control. But when it goes to the performance, more process, it might be goes to the future. I have some further reading if you would like to study about this rituals of virtual in some of my article. Well, because I also would like to show you that there are differences between individual copyright and communal copyright. What we discussed in the very first of my session this afternoon about what do you know about the intellectual property. I'm talking the conventional intellectual property that are the individual, yeah, and for this traditional cultural expressions, it is more with the communal ambience. Yeah. So it is different with the exclusive rights owned by individuals and inclusive or positive rights owned by the community. And also for the benefit, for example, for the individual copyright, it's only a monetary benefit they find out. But for the communal copyright, besides monetary, they also find out the non-monetary benefits. For example, to develop the village, for example, for the educational process, for the children in that area, so on. Yeah. And the point is, traditional cultural expressions is giving it is unwritten subject matter, unwritten. If probably you have a lullaby, yeah, it is an unwritten and yeah, it is only gives to your mother, to you, and your mother had it from the grandmother and like that. And also the terms of protection For digital copyright, it is a life of order plus 7 years. But for the communal copyright, is indefinite. So the question is, what if the communal copyright goes to the digital? Will it be indefinite protection, terms of protection, or not? Okay. And this, sorry. Some of the protection of communal copyright law in the article of 38, paragraph 1 of the law number 28 of 2014, the copyright law in Indonesia. It regulates that TCE is owned by the state and the utilization. TCE is most concerned with custodian living values. That's by a song, ancient song. It is not held by a person, not held by an individual, but it goes to the community. Everyone can utilize it, but have to take a concern to the custodians living values. Is it violate their rights or not? Is it for life or not? Use and so on and so forth. Okay, the next one is by this this picture, I would like to show that the total population and the internet user is going up year by year. Indonesia is a very big user for the digital or internet, media and internet user. And also in the COVID-19 pandemic era, the performing arts goes to the digitalization, such as something that we only see by the series of VCD in our last time. It goes to the, but as I said before, the performers, surgical performers, some of them like to be digitalized and some of them are not. Well, the other thing is digital library for academic purposes. It is sometimes become a problem because when something protected by copyright and then when it is for a social function. Those are big instruments related to the content of digital libraries, for example, Berne Convention, of course, for the protection of literary and artistic works, and emphasized by the TRIPS Agreement 1994 in Article 9 regarding to the Berne Convention. And then the Universal Declaration of Human Rights goes to International Covenant of Economic, Social, and Cultural Rights. And then also Indonesia ratified this. And for the Article 10 of the TRIPS Agreement concerning the use of computer programming in the copyright subject matter. Okay, and the digital library and its content, is it copyright? Is it a copyright protected or not? We can see those instruments. First of all, from the Constitution of the Republic of Indonesia, and we also have a law concerning libraries in 2007, and we also have the Information and Electronic Transactions in 2008 and also in 2016. And besides that, we have also the Promotion of Culture in Law number 5 of 2017. Besides Universal Declaration and social rights. Well, also we have law number 28 of 2014 on copyright, and also yeah, the implementation of law number 43 of 2007. Okay. Well,
Okay, I'm sorry, Miss
time is
Laina.
up.
You have 5 minutes left
Okay, yeah,
to finish your.
yeah. This is important. Who doesn't know Professor Mohtar Kusuma Majalah theory? He is the most famous person in not only in university, my university, Universitas Padjadjaran, but also in national environment, also in the international environment. He is yes famous in law of the sea, but not only law of the sea. In the field of law, in at a glance, is also a famous person. He have mentioned 4 pillars of law. Is that law is not only a principle, a norm, but also include institutions and processes in realizing their goals. So the legislation and the regulation itself, it will never enough until the institution run through and the process is goes by the regulation. And also law development, Dr. Kusuma just said that law as a tool of social engineering is important to maintain order. And this order must be developed time by time and fostered to improve. This is my last slide. Thank you, Pak Labib. I give it to you again.
Okay, thank you. Material and actual insight because we feel in laws. I'm not familiar with this issue. And actually, what Dr. Laina convey in this meeting is, I think, is many interesting if we related in current era, like YouTube, TikTok, and maybe online stuff, and maybe you have many stuff in Tokopedia, maybe, and maybe you're afraid it's a violate intellectual property or not. And I think this time is to you to give a question or maybe a response for Dr. Laina material last time. Okay, I list to Dr. Laina to I'm sorry, to participant to give question. Okay, Diana, you have a question? The next question from Diana, please.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Labib. I want to ask about right now we are in the digital era, right? And in the social media, sometimes we got some information like from the people who are the original having the content, but the other account of maybe someone who didn't have the or create the original video, they just uploading by another account. Is like sometimes they also like uploading how to say, like someone videos, and they got some money from uploading other video. How about this, Mr. Liana?
Okay, Pak Labib, should I directly answer the question or should I wrap some question from participants?
Okay, you can give an direct answer, and if you read a meeting chat, actually there are many questions. Maybe you can answer directly for the question. include in meeting chat.
Okay, okay, thank you. Thank you for the question, Diana. Yeah, and I really like that so many question also in the chat. Yeah, first I will respond to the Diana's question about the what if someone published what is it, a film, yeah, in their account, but actually it is not the original film owned by themselves. Is that true, your question? Okay. Yeah. Well, it depends on the digital platform itself. For example, in YouTube, there is a YouTube copyright school that gives the user to have a manner of copyright in using the platform. So, for example, if they upload something that not into themselves, other person can sue to the YouTube itself, because the jurisdiction, I can say the jurisdiction of YouTube is it's different with the national jurisdiction. So they have their own guidelines on copyright on their digital platform. But I believe that YouTube also have a principle in the international copyright law. Yeah, so if somebody feels that it goes to their own, not goes to the uploader, they can ask YouTube to take it down. But then we know, all of us, we know again that if once take down, so 100 or thousands go up. Yeah, so it depends on, again, our willingness, yeah, willingness to do something, have a good thing and a benefit, or not to influence other person. Okay. Thank you, Janet.
Thank you very much for the answer.
Yeah, and can I go to the next question from Hanifah Pak Labib, because it is
Yes.
a bit related with the previous question, but this question is about singer gaining engagement and money for sure from covering the song of other singer. Yeah.
Yes. Of course.
Okay. Hanifah, thank you for your question. And yeah, this is a very rising case. I cannot say it case, because sometimes in the copyright and environment, that if we let another person to use our copyrighted work, it is still okay. But if somebody use our copyrighted work, we can sue. So it is we can have some alternatives. Yeah, we don't always need to sue all of user of our copyrighted work. Yeah, so for the covering song, in the simple saying, it's like this: if a person have an original song, so he or she have a copyright of it. If another person cover it, so he or she have another copyright protection. So they can both have their own copyright protection. It is fair. The unfair one is if the person who make a cover doesn't give any credit to the copyright, the owner, the first owner, we can say that, the first owner of the copyright work. But in this digital era, we are not going to criminalize people. It won't be finished, yeah, as I said before. But then Professor Ahmad Ramli said that we will change the criminalization into remuneration. This is the key point of the digital age of benefit. Yeah, so don't go to the jail, but give me money. So give the credit. Yeah. First of all, give the what is it? Ask permission, for example, and then we have a bargain position between the cover and the original, and then all of them can have more benefit. Or yeah, it is better than they should, I believe, because they are a creative person. They have to be more creative also. Okay. Okay, Hanifah, and go to the next. Find out is there any related question with the previous one? Oh, okay, go to the Francie Albert Anthony. Francie Albert Anthony asking about the blockchain technology. Is seen as helping to establish proof of existence, creator, and ownership of intellectual property by terms with computer-aided design files. In Indonesia, have there been regulation for that? What aspects need to be regulated in it? What do you think about relatively new developments, especially Creative Commons, which have neglected issues? Okay. While at the same time presenting a new culture of free access to surface and creation. Okay, well, about the blockchain technology and the information technology, yeah. In our law regarding the information technology, all of the intellectual property protected will go to intellectual property law. So something that copyrightable will go to the copyright law. Something industrial design protected will go to the law of industrial design. Yeah, so that law is bridging between the technology and electronic system itself to the intellectual property, right? And its regulation. And about the Creative Commons is actually already exists in Indonesia regulation, because as I mentioned before, we can we have some choices. Not only if someone infringe our copyright, go to the jail like that. Not only like that, but we can have some alternatives. For example, we will go to the collaborate with that person, or we ask money from them. Yeah. So the Creative Commons is a license, actually, a license given by the author. There's some symbol of the Creative Commons, and I believe this is in line with regulation in Indonesia. Okay, probably is there any question will go by the directly by the participants in
Okay,
this
maybe
room by using raise hand feature or something, because I would like to have a discussion also with them. Then have to read the chat.
okay, please, participant, don't be shy, just speak up and give a question. And actually, it will be more enjoy if we speak directly. And
Sure, sure.
please. Actually, they will sigh and not
Okay.
confident to.
No worries. Don't be worried to ask directly. Okay, so I go through the next question, right? From I don't know how to write the name. I don't know how to read the name. Tran, is that true? Tran, Thi Thien, yeah, from Vietnam.
From Vietnam.
Okay, yeah, it's fun. Can you turn your camera off, Tran? And let's see him or her. In Vietnam nowadays, human intellectual property seems to be infringed by artificial intelligence. Yeah. Well, actually, I would like to know what what happened in Vietnam and how Vietnam government regulate this. Human intellectual property seems to be infringed by artificial intelligence. It was about creating a picture that looks exactly like an artist's painting. Oh, interesting. Do you think we need a law for AI or holding robots accountable for intellectual property right violations? If not, do you have any suggestions to solve this? Well, this is still being a long discussion, Tran. And as I mentioned before that, as long as it is copyrightable or intellectual property protected, it goes to the existing law. There's no law yet about the AI itself. It goes to the previous regulation. And from Frontica, right? Frontica. Well, I have a question. What should we do and how to protect the copyright of our product photos that are used for commercial purposes without permission in the digital market? Because it is difficult to reach. Yes, it is. It's really difficult to reach if we upload our picture and then it goes to the other person for the commercial purposes. Yeah. So well, either you use the what is it, a technological prevention, yeah, to do this, such as what we call it, we have a picture and then there is a line with your name probably or a name with your company. Yeah, you can put that, or you can put something digital, so it prevent other person to do it. But yeah, we have to be more creative. In the other side, first another person is going to take our picture, and in the other side, you have to be more creative to make another thing, a new one, and the best than the previous. And then Rafael, hello, I would like to ask about intellectual property law. What does the convergence of digital technologies such as AI, virtual reality, and blockchain impact in protection of intellectual property? I think it is the same question. As I mentioned, I have answered before. And in the digital age, how do the development of content sharing platforms and the use of the content matching algorithm affects the protection of intellectual property? What steps can be taken to address the challenge posed by widespread dissemination? Well, in this digital era, the infringement is more massive. We can see that in the previous or in the conventional environment. If we copy a book, for example, you use the photocopy machine and it will take a long time. But nowadays, for copy my PDF article, you can share it in one click and then go spread the word. Yes, it is still become a problem, but then again, back to our willingness and our good faith to keep and to to keep to not to infringe other person intellectual property. Yeah, and then the regulation and the regulation itself in Indonesia and also in international environment is still having a long discussion, I think. Okay, thank you too. I think no more question from chat, Labib.
Okay, I think from chat is over. Maybe there are another question from you. I suggest you to give a question directly with voice. You can turn on your camera and you can interact with us directly. Please. Actually, we still have time around 15 minutes left. So you have opportunity. You still have opportunity if you have a question.
Yeah, Tran is also typing again. Thank you for the answers. Okay, you are always welcome. Tran, yeah, he or she. Thank you.
It's likely there are no more questions, Miss Laina.
Actually, I would
Okay.
like to hear what kind of regulation or legislation in their country, for example, in Vietnam or in any other countries in this room. I really would like to hear that.
Okay, please participant from another country, from non-Indonesian participant, maybe you can share your experience, legal experience in your country. How about intellectual property law is regulated in your country?
Or not, probably next time I will invite it to their place like you before.
Yeah. Okay, it's okay because maybe it has afternoon, so they
Yes,
maybe
injury time, right?
like sleepy.
Labib.
Okay.
I'm ready with
Okay.
my coffee.
Okay, finally, thank you, Dr. Laina. What you said earlier is really enlightened us. There are many recent issues that related with intellectual property law, and you have already explained how we should address this issue. In the end, we from Law Faculty of UMS would like to thank you very much because apart from you providing insight for our students, you have also been a part of the success of this short course activity. We really hope that for the next short course, next year maybe, you will stay to us to be speaker maybe, and we can still work together in another opportunity. Okay, and for participant, I also want to thank you because you attended today, and don't forget we have still have many meeting in tomorrow because this program will end in Saturday. Okay, Miss Laina, thank you so much for your attendance and your material. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Again, thank you for having me, Pak
Yeah,
Labib,
yeah,
UMS, and all
yeah.
success and good luck. And for the
Yes.
participants, congratulations. See you
Yeah.
next time.
Okay.